Are you guys ready for day 149? Let's go!
What's up, guys? I am Michael McEnroe, and this is Leo the Hiking Dog. For the last year, we have been planning and preparing for this through hike of the Appalachian Trail. Thank you for joining our adventure. If you're enjoying the journey, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We would be super thankful.
Good morning, day 149. Only 2 days left in this crazy adventure, guys. We got a big day planned today because we didn't get as many miles as we wanted to yesterday, so I'm going to try to get 28 miles today. We are up and going at 6 o'clock in the morning. Nice and smooth, easy terrain all day long, so should be achievable. We're just gonna have to keep moving. Yesterday we had the break with Captain Jack. That kind of took away from our day, and then we were having a little bit of chafing issues and foot issues, and that kind of slowed us down a little bit, but I think we've worked through all that, and we should be good to go today, and we should be able to get some good miles in. So it's a beautiful morning. I slept by that creek last night. It was absolutely wonderful, just, you know, keeping me nice and sound asleep with the sound of the running water right there. It was a beautiful spot. We're all by ourselves, and yeah, it's gonna be a great day. Let's go. Alright, we are off to a fantastic start this morning. These first 3 hours is key. It was about 63 degrees when I started hiking. It's starting to climb. It's about 66, 67 now. But if I can maintain that like 3 mile an hour range, which I did the first hour, I knocked out a little over 3 miles in the very first hour. I checked it like 7:10. That means an hour and 10 minutes, and I was at 3.4 miles. So if I can keep up that pace for the first like 3 hours, that's gonna knock out a lot of my day. So that'll knock out almost 10 miles in 3 hours. So if we can keep up that pace while it's nice and cool and the sweat isn't as bad, because I'm gonna sweat later, and then I'm going to have to deal with other issues when sweat happens. So we'll have to... I got to add some more bug spray to the top of my hat. They've been trying to get me. But the bugs out here are absolutely terrible. But that Sawyer Katahdin stuff that I put on my skin, rub that lotion in on my arms, my legs, and on the back of my neck. That's been working fantastic. And then I have these this other spray that's got like almost like essential oils and stuff. It's got like peppermint oils and I can't remember. I'd have to read the list, but a whole bunch of different stuff to keep them away from me. I sprayed them. So I sprayed a couple squirts on my hat. I sprayed a couple squirts on my shirt, and then a couple squirts on my shorts. And but I got to get better on top of my hat, because that's where they're trying to get me, on top of my head. So, but other than that, I mean, it has dramatically improved the bug problem out here, because the bugs out here will try to eat you the entire time you're hiking. So it has dramatically improved that. I haven't had to have my bandana to cover my ear holes. I haven't had to have any of that extra stuff. I'm just carrying a little extra weight. But for this 100-mile wilderness, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it, because it's the buggiest area that there is out here. Alright, we should be coming up on the Antlers campsite soon. I'll stop for a privy break there. That was where I was trying to get to last night, but did not make it. And the place that we're trying to get to this morning is like one of the top camping spots on the AT because of the view of Katahdin in the morning. So that's what we're going to try to get to, that dam, and see if we can't get that view of Katahdin with the sunrise in the morning. Right now in the forecast, I got nothing but beautiful weather through my summit day. So I definitely want to get stay on track and stay on time and get all of these miles in and done, so that we have that beautiful, beautiful day to summit on Katahdin and finish this thing up. All right, we're gonna keep on pushing these miles. Alright guys, we are coming up on 9 o'clock. It's not quite there yet, and I think we're going to be at 8 miles at 9 o'clock. So not quite the 3 mile an hour pace the entire time. That's like, we started at 6, 9, that's 3 hours, 8 miles. Did take a privy break, that was about 15 minutes. And I had stopped for water once, which is about 10 minutes. That's about 25 minutes of unaccounted for time not walking. So we're keeping a good clip, but it's you know, you have to do those things. I mean, I only have to use the bathroom once a day, but I won't have to do that again, but I will have to stop for water. And you know, obviously whenever Leo wants to stop at a stream or anything like that, I stop and let him drink anytime he wants to. And he also takes pee breaks and poop breaks as well. So I also have to stop and wait on him. But let me tell you something about this pace. He is loving it. He's like, why haven't we been doing this the entire time? Because I've been letting him out front and leading the entire time. And you know, I'm still slowing him down. He still would go faster if I let him. But he's definitely enjoying being able to go way closer to his normal pace and not always going my pace, which is a lot slower than him. So I'm hoping that we can get somewhere around 15 miles done before lunchtime. I know that's a little bit of a stretch, but we'll see. It might be closer to 14, but that'll be halfway. If we're going to plan on doing 28, you know, having 14 done before 12 o'clock is actually halfway. So we do have one little mountain today. I think it's like 1,500 feet. So we do have to go up and over it. You know, 1,500 foot mountain out here is just, I don't even know how it's considered a mountain. It's just more of an incline and a decline than anything. I mean, I'm walking through plenty of these right now. You know, up and down, up and down, up and down. All right, so lots of lakes off in the distance you see in the 100-mile wilderness, like you'll see them through the trees and stuff like that. Yeah, they're absolutely beautiful. We did walk right by one this morning. I didn't pull the camera out, I don't know why, but I think as I was, that's when I was getting close to the privy. And that was at that Antlers camp where I was trying to make it at last night. All right, so sweat hasn't been too bad yet, so no issues with the chafing. My ankle, where the shoe rubbed it yesterday, I doctored that thing up last night, put a band-aid on it again. The other band-aid came off when I had to do that water crossing, and I just kind of sucked it up for the rest of the day and suffered through it. But yesterday I doctored it up and put a good bandage on it, and then a couple strips of KT tape, so it seems to be holding up fine. I haven't felt it at all today, so should be good. All right, we're just gonna try to keep this good pace going for as long as I can, as long as my body will let me. I feel like I'm back in the Shenandoahs, and I can feel like I can just cruise. So, all right. I'll keep on crushing these miles. Oh my goodness. There she is, girls and boys. That is Katahdin right there. That is the best view we've gotten so far. That is amazing. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. And not to mention this beautiful lake. We are so close. So close. Let's go. Oh man. I don't know why, but just seeing it, you know, that clearly now, seeing how beautiful it is and knowing how close I am, man, I just get overwhelmed with emotions. I've gotten so overwhelmed with emotions the last 2 days. Knowing that I get to see my wife tomorrow, knowing that I'm gonna climb that on Sunday. Oh man, it's been difficult. Difficult to not to control them. Man, they're just overwhelming right now. But I know I still got miles I gotta get done. So, oh man, whoo. Yeah, it's beautiful though. That was a beautiful shot, a beautiful view. No, I think I'm gonna get another one tonight. I'm gonna make it to the dam, but man, that made my day right there. That was a beautiful, beautiful view of Katahdin. I don't know how Sobos do it, or flip floppers. I mean, how, you know, the ending is not, you know, it's got to be like this like magical thing to me, you know what I mean? And I couldn't imagine ending in Harper's Ferry or ending on Springer. And I love Springer, but it's not Katahdin, you know what I mean? Having that big finish. I've run into a lot of people in the last few days that were in Pennsylvania and flip-flopped because they said it was just too hot. And so they came to Katahdin and started hiking south. And I couldn't have done it. No way. I'd had to hike through the heat. There's no way I would give up that finish. You know what I mean? There's something so important about standing on that sign. Being the finish of your hike, at least to me. All right, guys, we're gonna keep on hiking. Alright guys, it is just after 10 o'clock and we've already exceeded 10 miles. We're at 10.7 or something like that. So we're doing really good. I think we'll definitely hit the goal of about 14 before lunchtime. That's only 4 miles in 2 hours. And we're definitely going faster than that. So we might get to 15. Let's see. It's still... I mean, it'd be nice to have 15 because that'd be more than half of our day. And it'd be nice to have less than that left for the day. But we'll see. There's a lake about 5 miles from here. I'm hoping that's where we get to for lunch. So I had to put Leo behind me for a little while. He's getting too excited being out front and trying to pull me across some of those bog boards because he's just wanting to go faster and faster, and I can only go so fast. I'm at max speed right now, so for him to try to go even faster than what I'm already doing is not possible. So yeah, he's got to take a break and go behind me for a little bit. But that's okay. He's just overexcited to finally be able to go his speed for a while. All right, I'll let you guys know when we stop for lunch and how we're doing on the day. Just overwhelmed at those views of Katahdin and how beautiful they were. And to be able to see it that close now. I can't wait to see what the camping spot looks like tonight. All right, keep on pushing. All right, we just had a little moment here where Leo tried to get me across that stream right there. Yeah, his trail radar got off for a minute, led me right down to the shore of it. I looked across, I was like, I don't see any blazes and it don't look like there's a trail there. So I looked at my map and lo and behold, he had pulled me down to the stream to cross it and there was no crossing. We needed to walk beside it. So it's funny how he got off for a second there. Normally he's right on the trail, but not that time. Thank goodness I caught it before we got our feet wet for no reason. All right, we'll keep on pushing. Alright guys, it is just before 12 o'clock and we've already hit 15 miles. So that's a big milestone. It's a big milestone because mentally the second half of the day is a lot easier when more of it's behind you than ahead of you. So we're going to walk down here and find us some water and we're going to stop for a lunch break. And yeah, and then we're going to push the rest of these miles. So that leaves us 13 more miles on the day. We've already knocked out 15 before lunch. Holy cow. Hard to believe. But my feet will tell you different. Alright, here we go. Keep pushing. Alright guys, this is what lunch break looks like. We stopped next to the stream right here. The lake's up ahead, but I mean, I needed to stop and get some water anyway, and for efficiency I didn't want to take my pack off twice. So just set up a spot right here in the dirt. Leaning up against my backpack, leaning up against a tree, sitting on my sit pad, and yeah, we're gonna have some lunch. Leo's about to start eating his, and then I'm gonna start eating mine, and then we'll get back to moving again. It's gonna be a long day, but it'll be worth it. Alright, that was a nice little lunch break there. We probably took 35-40 minutes and just really relaxed. Stretched my feet out. And it's time to push these last 12.7 miles. It's hard to get the rhythm back though. When you get back up, get back moving again. I felt like I was in a good flow when I stopped, but now I feel like I gotta find it back again. I gotta get back into rhythm. Yeah. So we got 12.7 miles left. We did 15.3 up to that point. So it's gonna be a 28-mile day, guys. Looking like it's gonna happen today, unless something big happens. But we should be able to get the rest of these miles in and get to that campsite that everybody talks about, the one where you get to watch the sun come up over Katahdin. So that's going to be amazing. We got a beautiful lake coming up here soon. Show you guys that, and we're going to keep getting these miles in. Alright guys, we have started our 1,500 foot ascent of the day. What I kind of made fun of earlier, but when it's mile 19 and 20 and it's still only 3 o'clock, it seems a little bit more daunting than it did when you looked at it on the map. I said, oh, that's no big deal, 1,500. 1,500 feet of elevation. You've been climbing 4,000 feet of elevation. No big deal. But on a 28-mile day, and it's not even mile 20 yet, it's kind of a big deal. Alright, we're going to dig deep and keep on pushing. That's all we can do. Just move forward. There she is, Mount Katahdin, directly straight ahead. Whew. So many views of it today, so many views. Our last and really only climb of the day ended up with another beautiful view of Katahdin. Oh man, I can't get enough of seeing that mountain from creating, being able to take my own pictures of it. Man, it's just amazing. So we have 8 miles left. So we are 20 miles on the day. It's only 3 o'clock. It was 2 o'clock earlier when I said it was 3 o'clock. I mean, yeah, it was 2 o'clock when I said it was 3 o'clock. So it's 3 o'clock now. It's 3 o'clock now. We got 8 miles to go. Hopefully I can find a good pace once we get down this and maybe get to camp somewhere between 6 and 7. This is a long day, but I think it's doable. I just got to find my pace again. I lost it there for a while after lunch. So, but I just got to get back into a rhythm. A lot of times I have to put Leo behind me to find a rhythm, because if he's pulling me, there's like resistance there. And, if he's up ahead of me, I mean, today he was up ahead of me for a lot of the day, but that was because I was flying at the beginning of the day, so there was no resistance. But if I'm dragging even the slightest, there's going to be like resistance on the leash while he's ahead of me, which causes, like, I don't know, it's just not the best flow that way. So I get him behind me and I can go at my pace, and then he kind of has to go at my pace, which maybe he doesn't like as much, but you know what? It gets me going better, and it gets us to camp earlier. That's what matters. All right, we're gonna climb down this and see if we can't catch us a flow, and see if we can't get to camp by 6 o'clock and be able to see that sunrise up over Katahdin. That's gonna be amazing. All right, here we go. All right, we made it down off that little mountain, and I have hit my flow. I feel like I'm moving at a good pace again. If I can keep this for the next few hours, we'll be there, like I said, between 6 and 7. So 28-mile day done by 6 or 7. That is huge. I haven't done this big of a day since the Shenandoahs. So, and when I did it in the Shenandoahs, I didn't even plan it. It just kind of happened. It was just, I was covering so many miles. But I think it might have been one of those days when I started running too. I mean, so there was a few miles in there of me actually like doing a little trail run, which I'm not quite running today. Close to it. I mean, the flow that you hit is just kind of like, it's just below running, but it's not walking. So, all right, I'm gonna see if I can keep this going steady, and if I see something beautiful, I'm gonna show it to you. All right, guys, it is 5:30. We are at 25 miles. So we have 3 miles to go. And I'm basically just zombie walking at this point. Just trying to throw my feet forward again and again and get these last 3 miles in. All right, we should still be able to get there between 6:30 and 7, and then get everything set up. I'll show you guys when we get to camp, but no more filming until then. I'm just exhausted. All right, we'll see you at camp. By far our best view of Katahdin. We made it to camp. It's about almost 7 o'clock. It's like 6:45. All right, I gotta find a tent site to get set up, and can't wait to watch the sun rise over Katahdin in the morning. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. Look at that. All right, guys, we got the tent all set up, and should have a beautiful view of the sunrise coming over Katahdin in the morning. So we're all done for tonight. I'm gonna eat and call it a night. So we'll see you guys tomorrow.